Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to the very first episode of From the Heart with Glory. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. If you're new here, welcome. Please do not forget to grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a cup of juice, cold or chilled water, just with the snacks by your side, anything to make you very comfortable and relaxed. What I'm about to say may be helpful to you or one or two persons out there. So let's go. Okay, I decided to start this episode with myself, my very self here. Like I have relationship, marriage and relationship talks that we are going to be discussing here, but I decided to start with this one, like bringing myself first. Yes, guys, what happened? What if I committed the abortion? Uh-huh. Am I the first person? Somebody is saying, is this girl crazy? Why is she coming out here to say all these things? No, I am not crazy. Someone else is saying, I thought she said she's married. Won't this story bring problems to her marriage? Mbano, it will not. It will not at all. Why? Because my husband is aware of everything I am doing here. Let me shock you. I told him this is the way I want to follow now on YouTube. Like I will be bringing stories of my past relationship to the internet for people. One or two persons can learn. Oga said, Madam, whatever makes you happy. Shebi, you say, if not YouTube, nothing. Go ahead and put it out. So to some extent, it's all reasons with me that it could really be helpful to one or two persons here, because when he heard the stories, he was shocked. Like I will bring more stories of my past relationship here for you guys. And someone else is saying abortion. Wetin happen? Am I the first person? No, of course, I'm not the first person. And somebody else is saying, don't mind her, it's just a clickbait. Oh no, watch this video to the very end and find out if it's really a clickbait or I did committed abortion actually. So, yes, guys, feel relaxed, listen to this story. So way back in my uni days, actually I was in my final year. I took in without me knowing that I was pregnant. So it wasn't time for my monthly flow, and then a child was in there without my knowledge. So I was having this form, like very painful lower abdominal pains. And then I went to the Federal Unica Medical Center. Being that I was a student, I was receiving my free treatment there, and I complained it was so this excruciating pain under my below my abdominal. This, I don't know if you have given birth, you should understand what I'm talking about. So I went to complain, and it was making me very uneasy. Like, doctor asked me to go for a test, and then I insisted. He said they can't do nothing until I have done a test. I've gone for a test. They have to know what is actually wrong with me before I can be placed on on drug medication. Of a truth, that is professional. As a professional in his field, that is basically the right thing to do. You don't administer drugs to someone blindly without seeing the result of what is actually wrong. When I explained what I was going through, I can't really remember, but I remember that I was sent for series of tests to be carried out, and that was on a weekend. So I insisted they give me something to ease the itching and the rest. I was itching actually. So doctor refused, being a professional in his field that he was. So I went my way, and I went to a pharmacy, not really a pharmacy, a nearby, a chemist. I went to a chemist, guys. So I complained that this is how I'm feeling. I've been itching, and the person just concluded that I have infection. Yes, it's very obvious that I am infected, but doctor insisted that it is he senses infection, but he has to know the level of damage that has been the infection has done to me, so they will know the exact drugs to place me. So when I went to the chemist, not pharmacy, the pharmacist, the chemist guy just went ahead to conclude that it was infection. Obvious, it was obvious, and then he gave me some drugs, which I gladly collected because I was itchy. Guys, he gave me something to apply, to swallow, and to insert. I did all of this, and something happened at night. Bleeding, guys. I bled. The thing just came out, boom, from my body. Like the time the baby is about to drop from your vagina out, that was how I felt, that sensation. So I just got up from the bed at the middle of the night, and I saw the bed was covered with blood. I said, what is this? I woke my roommate because I stayed in the hostel. I woke my roommate up. See what I'm saying? This probably is not my menstrual flow, my monthly flow. So what could this be? And then I narrated what went wrong. I've been complaining, though they are already aware. Then I narrated what went on. I went to a chemist to get drugs. As that thing was coming out, guys, it was coming in clothes. It was coming in clothes, like blood clothes. It was just dropping. It kept dropping. It kept dropping. What is this? What do you call this? And I started feeling weak. I was feeling weak. I was going, guys. And then it got to a point I couldn't talk. My room is called, my room is called the next room. They called other girls in the hostel to come see what is going on. I don't know. I can't remember from this stage what happened again. So basically, I'm telling you from the story. At this point, from the story they told me up until I regained consciousness, I was rushed to, if you know Calabar very well, to Naval Hospital. I don't remember if it's a Naval Hospital or Navy, yes, hospital. I was rejected that they don't have the facilities to handle my case. But the volunteer, they gave an ambulance to take me because I was taken there in cab, so that I should be taken in an ambulance to UCTH, University of Calabar Teaching Hospital. So that was where I was taken. They took me to the ER to revive me, and I was totally gone, guys. I wasn't myself. I was unconscious at this time, like in coma. Yes, that is what you call. I was in coma. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. I was gone, half gone. So the blood was still gushing out. So when they took me to that place at the ER, that is emergency room, when they took me there, the doctors attended to me, and then I was stabilized. I spent the night there till daybreak. It was already daybreak, guys. So when the doctors were saying I committed an abortion, that they have to call the closest person to me. And my room is now, they don't want to get my mother involved in this first. So they went ahead to call my boyfriend. That is my past relationship before I got married to my husband. They went ahead to call him because he was a counselor at that time. He was not based in Calabar. He was based in his place. He was closer to his people at his ward where he was serving them. So they called him and told him that this is what the doctors discovered, that I'm at the hospital. He didn't take anything. Few hours later, he was with us in Calabar. And he came. He said, "Glory, how can you commit abortion without letting me know? You and I, we are planning to get married. You and I, you have just me, or are you doing something at my back?" I said, "No, not me." That was how doctors now started interrogating me, asking questions to find out, to trace. So it almost, definitely, of course, it would have brought problems, so to say. It would have brought problems into my relationship with my guy. If not that, the doctors helped me. Like they explained to him that there are some blood that are really weak, that if you get pregnant at the early stage, you don't even need to take paracetamol. So that's why it's always good whenever you notice your you missed your show, you shouldn't be on any drugs until you have done the necessary checkup and the rest. So that it could be that I have taken some medication that I am not supposed to take that have interrupted the pregnancy. So they now started asking, what happened? I narrated what I have told you earlier on. So they said they were going to arrest the guy, but I pleaded that I insisted. I went to the medical center and the doctor refused that I should bear it until the results are out. But I was in severe pains. I was not comfortable. I couldn't socialize. I couldn't attend my lectures, when it was that intense. So my boyfriend already knew what I was going through. He said I should go and get myself checked. When my result is out, he will now know what to do for himself too, because obviously we are both infected. So that was when they said they will pick the guy up. I refused to tell them who the guy is or who the guy was, because I pleaded that I forced him. I now had to lie that I forced him. He refused that I should run a test, but I forced him to give me the drugs, and I refused to show them the drugs. It is obvious that, okay, yes, I showed them the drugs. I showed the doctor. My boyfriend went home because the drugs were still remaining. My roomie went to the room. I directed them where I kept it. They brought it. And doctor said it is very wrong for me to take these drugs without running a test. So I was placed there at the ER. I spent the whole of that day before I was now moved to the female ward. When I recovered, I could stand up, and they managed to some extent stop the bleeding. It was still coming though, but it wasn't coming like that. And they checked me, everything, that I'm still okay. The womb is not damaged, nothing is done. It's just the bleeding, and that I am a miracle. I'm a miracle child. That this thing that just happened to me has happened to many, that they don't make it, they pass. I should just go and hold my God tight and thank God for saving my life. God has saved me for a purpose. And so, guys, that was what basically happened. Why did I bring this as the first episode on this From the Heart with Glory? One or two persons will take a lesson from me. Guys, whenever you're sick, you need to take medication. Seek professional advice first. When the professionals tell you what to do, when the professional tell you what to do, please stick by it. I went all the way, and that could have taken my life. I won't be seated here today talking to you guys. God saved me for a purpose. I was saved for a reason, and I believe this is the time for me to tell this story to the world for this reason. And as you guys know, my womb was not damaged. I was pregnant, and I lost that pregnancy. Now I have 4 kids, and I bled for over 2 months. I bled for 4 months. That bleeding kept coming. I was a regular customer at the medical center, Unica. So, like, I made friendship. I made out of that experience. I still have one. I remember I still have one of the nurses' number in my phone that we still communicate. She calls from time to time to know that you are a miracle. God saved you for a purpose. What happened to you is just the grace of God. Lo and behold, I went back to the center and got my result when I was discharged, that they have been looking for me since, that I was pregnant, and then the level of the infection I had in me. And then, yes, I now told them the story of how it went. So what can I do? It's just to pick a lesson, 1 or 2 lessons out of this story. That was how I committed an abortion unknown to me that almost took my life. Can you now see that it wasn't actually a clickbait? I committed an abortion actually. So because of the things that started happening thereafter, no, there were things happening before then, and then God says, no, this is not a place for you. Guys, that is a story for another day on this very episode with From the Heart with Glory. If you have watched to this extent, you haven't given me a thumbs up. What did I do? Please like this video. These episodes, I think it should go viral. Let people see it. It could be helpful to a sister, brother, a mother. In fact, anybody could be helpful to anybody out there. So the only thing you can help me do is to like the video and share the video. Please, guys, share my videos. Let as many people as can see it get to see this video or get to see my videos. Thank you so much, you guys. I will come your way again next week with another episode of From the Heart with Glory. I love you so much. And also remember to subscribe and turn on your post notification so that you don't get to miss episodes like this and other videos I upload on this channel. Thank you and remain blessed. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.